Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Hadi Choopan has won the 2024 Arnold Classic, bringing an improved package from what we've seen at the 2023 Mr. Olympia, despite a lot of people thinking that Hadi Choopan could not improve his physique. Incredible showing from Hadi, and once again, congratulations. Immediately after Hadi was announced as the winner, Arnold Schwarzenegger announced that next year, the Arnold Classic prize money will be moved from $300K to $500K, so we can expect a very stacked lineup next year. In second place, we had a very good version of Samson Dauda. In third place, we had Rafael Brandão. In fourth place, very surprising, we had John DeLaRosa. Not surprising because what I seen at the show, but going into the show, I was not expecting him to place within the top 5. And in fifth place, we had James Hollingshead. And in sixth place, a very good version of Akim Williams. Akim actually got moved up for a top 4 comparison at finals, which we will take a look at shortly. But congratulations to all of these guys, and of course the biggest congratulations goes to Hadi Choopan once again for winning his Arnold Classic debut. Now you guys are currently looking at the top 4 call out from finals, and as I mentioned, Akim Williams did get moved up. Initially there was Hadi versus Samson, then there was the second call out, and I guess they really liked the way Akim looked because he was moved up to the top 4. I guess Akim finished in 6th place because he just lost too much ground on the first day. But today, Akim looked crazy, and the crowd also went crazy for him, and it honestly gave me goosebumps. Rafael Brandão brought an improved package to finals. Honestly, everyone in this lineup looked a little bit better at the night show. Horse MD included, who we will talk about a little bit later. Samson Dauda brought an incredible package, and honestly, I would not be surprised if this show was a little bit closer in person. I'm not saying that Samson would have won. You guys know I've been rooting for Hadi since the Mr. Olympia, but seeing Samson in the HD pictures and videos definitely looks a lot better than the live stream. And congratulations for like the 5th time to the champ. Hadi Choopan managed to improve his quads. They look significantly bigger, and Hadi's waist also looks smaller. Waist could have got smaller, but also could just be the illusion from the bigger quads. But pretty much since the moment that Hadi came out, I saw him as the clear winner at this year's Arnold Classic. And one thing I want to address before moving to the rest of the competitors is the conditioning of Samson Dauda. I've heard numerous people say they were disappointed with Samson's conditioning at prejudging, they were disappointed with the coaching of Milos. You guys have to realize, Samson is a guy that genetically has thicker skin, so does Andrew Jacked. Flex Wheeler is one of the most aesthetic bodybuilders of all time, but he never really could get the glutes and the hamstrings conditioned. Unfortunately, that may be the same case with Samson and Andrew. We're hoping that's not the case and we're giving them time, but honestly, that could just be a genetic issue, and it's possible that Samson and Andrew will never have striated glutes, but we're hoping that that is not the case. I just wanted to address that because I feel like people attack Andrew and Samson and act like they don't have striated glutes because they don't train hard or because they don't diet, when I feel like it's honestly probably just a genetic issue. Similar to Akim Williams, he doesn't really have that dryness from behind. But that's my rant. Let's move on to the rest of the competitors. So let's take a look at the second call out from finals. We have Antoine, John, Rafa, Akim, and James. Rafa finished in 3rd, of course, and I think he was pretty much improved in every single way. He managed to add size to his physique, but didn't really add any size to the midsection, if any. I have seen Rafa a little bit more conditioned, but I wouldn't say he was off by any means at this show. And also looking back to the prejudging, for some reason Rafa was not flexing his glutes in the back double bicep. And in 4th place we had John DeLaRosa, who I was not really expecting. John did look a little bit smaller to me in his Instagram updates, but Dennis James said this is possibly the best John DeLaRosa he's ever seen, and especially as far as conditioning. This was well deserved, and he also had a very impressive back. So 5th place was the shed James Hollingshead, and I honestly believe James looked a lot better at the finals. The only thing that really held him back, as I said going into this show, was just structurally. James has narrow shoulders. He still needs to find some way to bring out some detail in the midsection because it always looks washed out. But overall, I think James was peaked pretty well for this show, and that's a win for him. This was just a very competitive lineup. And 6th place was Akim Williams, and I'm pretty sure that if Akim came in at prejudging how he looked at finals, he probably would have finished in 4th place, but I guess he just could not make up enough ground. And I'm pretty sure once we look at the scorecards, Akim Williams' score will be a little bit higher at the finals. And this showing really makes me hopeful that we can see good versions from Akim in the future. Not really much he can do about the back. I think it's just slowly deteriorating like Jay Cutler or Big Ramy. But outside of that, Akim looked great from the front. He looked great from the side. And honestly, it's only the back double. Even the rear leg spread looks pretty good. But huge congratulations to Akim, even though he placed 6th. A very respectable showing, and again, the crowd went insane. And I'm assuming that Antoine Vaillant was 7th place, even though they didn't announce it. And I'm going to say the same thing I said in my prediction video about Antoine. If he had more size, specifically more density in the upper body, I think he would have been in the conversation for a higher placing. And Antoine is a great poser, but he has some weird executions as far as the mandatory poses go. But still a pretty good showing in a very competitive lineup. And last but not least, let's talk about Marcelo de Angelis Horse MD. I'm not sure exactly where he placed at this moment, but it was not in the top 7. He definitely looked a lot better at finals. At prejudging, I'm not sure exactly what went wrong with Marcelo. My 2 biggest worries about him were posing and conditioning, and I think both of them were off at this year's Arnold Classic. But something was really off at prejudging. He looked to me like he was about 10 or 15 pounds smaller than usual, and he was literally tipping over trying to hit some of his side shots. But as you guys can see in this video from finals, he did look a little bit better. But as you guys seen in that twisting back double, it looked nothing like we saw on Instagram. And I'm not going to say that Horse is an Instagram bodybuilder, because we seen him at the Romania Pro. We seen him beat Nathan D'Asha next to Beirut and Samson. Horse is good. He just had a bad showing at this year's Arnold. But I'm pretty sure Marcelo will bounce back. But let's go ahead and wrap up this video here. Once again, Hadi Choopan has won the 2024 Arnold Classic, and the prize money will be moved from $300K to $500K next year. Samson Dauda takes 2nd, Rafael Brandão takes 3rd, John DeLaRosa 4th, James Hollingshead 5th, and the Beast Akim Williams in 6th place. But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.